I will say this immediately, this is the best workout app that I've tried for a wheelchair user. They've clearly put a lot of thought into it. Not only does boxing and combat have an option to turn off ducking and have it swapped for blocking, but there's a playlist specifically made to be more suitable when seated. I usually don't pay for memberships, but I do with this. Without a membership, there's only a limited number of songs that you can play, but at least for me, it was enough to know if it was something I could physically do, which I appreciate. There is a 7-day free trial that you can try out to see if it would work for you. Membership costs £7.99 a month or £63.99 a year, which is a saving of 25%. I have been a member for years and I love it. As well as full access to the entire music catalogue, membership gives you access to multiplayer. I have no experience of this as I do not know anyone who has VR. The music in it is great and even has multiple genres including Christmas music. The classes are taught by different instructors who really encourage you and cheer you on. Even though it is just a recording, it can be really encouraging to hear this, especially when you are flagging near the end of a workout. I have also found them really funny. You also get some really good tips from them. There are 2 disabled instructors, Zion Clark, who I love, and Billy Davis, so it is good to feel represented. For LGBT Pride Month, they even got the amazing Nicola Adams to record some classes. A very welcome feature are the warm-up and cool-down classes. They are not done for points and are not scored. They are simply there for your health. These can be done on their own or can be added on to a class, so you can start with a warm-up or end with a cool-down. They put out new classes every week and they are diverse enough to always feel new. When you're in a class, on either side of you, you will see ghosts of other people who have played it in the past, and you can choose to try and beat their score if you want. I really like this mechanic as it really feels like you're in a group environment without having to actually deal with other people. The extra challenge of trying to beat these scores is also really fun and helps you forget that you are exercising. Sometimes you also catch people doing something funny. I've seen plenty of people just dancing along to the music in between workout. At the end of a workout, you'll be shown the stats screen, which changes depending on which workout you have just performed. For every category, there are beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert classes. Advanced and expert are very crazy and can make a really good challenge. There are plenty of classes to pick from: box, hit, dance, combat, and sculpt. I class dance and sculpt together because they are very similar. If you have played the Just Dance games on Nintendo Wii, you will know what these are like. These are sadly the least suitable for wheelchair users as they include the most movements. In the seated series there is one dance song and I have found one sculpt song that I could do. You may have a better experience than me. If you have a different level of disability, it might be completely different for you. Sculpt may sound like it is yoga, at least it did to me, but it's actually aerobics, which can be beneficial if you are disabled as there is no weight involved but you still get exercise. Sadly, since it is new, there is not much there, but I am hoping that they will be adding more seated classes. HIIT, which stands for high intensity interval training, is really fun and makes for really good physiotherapy. In it you have a short period of time to hit as many targets as possible using the corresponding hand. Right is yellow, left is blue in the indicated pattern. You will then have a short break before going again with a different pattern. In the higher levels they also add shields which take more hits. Because this is just hitting targets, the seating workouts just have the targets closer to you, so you may not have much trouble with this category. It just depends on how far you can reach. The main issue is if you're seated, your legs may get in the way, which I have trouble with. There is a way around this. If you lean slightly forward when you calibrate your headset, this will give you some leg room, but if you are short like me, reaching some targets may be a bit difficult. Box is what it sounds like. You use boxing techniques like jabs, hooks and uppercuts to hit targets that are coming at you. It is super fun and gets you really pumped up. Combat is similar to this, but is more based on karate using upper blocks and hammer fists combined with a bit of boxing. Boxing is amazing, but I especially love this as I am an orange belt in karate, so being able to incorporate karate moves into this is amazing. Both combat and boxing includes ducks and dodges. The dodges can mostly be avoided just with your head, but you are able to turn them off if you want to. In this case, you will be given blocks instead. Something else that makes it good is you will only need to pass your hands through the cues in the right position to get the point. You don't need to put any force into it if you don't want to or can't. As with all of these, there is a points table, but so if you want to get your points higher on there, you need to start punching harder. The harder you punch, the more points you get. Overall, out of all the workout apps I've tried for VR, this is the best and most accommodating for people with a disability. I would highly recommend it if you are disabled. The membership is also worth your money in my opinion.